Hey everybody, so in today's video I'm going to go over Housing Plus and if it's worth it for you if you're thinking about purchasing it. This video was suggested by Minty, so I appreciate you for that. But yeah, we're going to get right into it. So Housing Plus was released on March 20th, 2023, so last year, along with a bunch of other features, but most notably Housing Plus. While it does talk a lot about what Housing Plus is, both on the forum post about it and on the store, there is some things that are missing, there's some things that aren't explained very well. So in this video I'll go over everything about Housing Plus, and then you can decide yourself if it's worth it. Starting off with the larger plot size. Housing in its plot size is incredibly annoying. You start off with a really small plot, and in order to increase that, you have to play other games and complete other challenges to get mystery dust in order to have a bigger plot size. In my opinion, it really needs updating. I feel like it's a very old system. But with Housing Plus, you completely bypass this, and you have not only the max plot size, but over 4 times the amount. Normally with the max plot size, you'd probably have a little bit bigger than what you're seeing here. Actually, a good amount bigger. But with Housing Plus, you can see the red border here, and it is huge. It is going out to other islands, which previously you were not able to access. And this goes from all the way to the lowest possible point up to the highest point that you can. So yeah, the map is huge. If you're planning on building something ginormous, then Housing Plus is definitely for you. Here's a house that I'm currently working on, and I mean, this area is huge. It took not only a bunch of time to do this, but you can see, I mean, almost the entire thing doesn't even fit in my render distance. It's that big. And yes, this does fill up the entire Housing Plus plot. And because of how high in the sky this is, it gives us a ton of room below for other stuff. And I mean a ton of room. So yeah, if you're just looking for more plot size, Housing Plus definitely will help you with that. But there are some other features, and we'll go into them right now. Next, what's advertised is the increased limit. So it's a 5 times the base limits increase on many systems, such as regions, holograms, NPCs, blah, blah, blah. And this is pretty much the sole reason why I bought it. I have on screen right now the default limits, because on top of the head I don't remember. But I mean, they are so small, and if you're making something big, you're going to get to that limit, and there's no way you can go past it. I mean, even today, in previous houses, I haven't reached the max on some of these, most notably regions. I mean, still, without it, it can be so hard to keep up with some of the bigger houses. Slightly disappointing is that the list here is exactly what it has. So other features such as the permissions and groups aren't increased at all, which is unfortunate because it is very useful in my opinion, but it is better than nothing. Also note that the 5x is not consistent with all of these. Once again, on the top of the head, I can't remember exactly all the values. But here's a side-by-side comparison of using the /limits command on both a Housing Plus account and a non-Housing Plus account. Yeah, some are a lot different than others. Some are super high, which I think is a little bit too much, and some I wish were a little bit higher, but it's no big deal. The limits are still increased by a lot, which is really nice. Okay, so the increased stat duration. Now, in my opinion, having it be up to a year is a little bit crazy. I'm not complaining, but it is a lot compared to the normal 14 days. By default now, when you create a house, your stats will disappear when you leave the house and rejoin, which really stinks. So you have to go to the house settings, go to player data, and set both of these to its default duration of 14 days. So we'll do that right here, 14 days. But with Housing Plus, you can do 365 days, which means that stats, inventory, stuff like that will save for over a year. While yes, this is very nice, in my opinion, it's not that needed. Houses typically don't last long. Minigame houses that are on and off, definitely this is a nice feature towards them. But yeah, I mean, that's really it for increased player stat durations. Exclusive skull packs. This is probably the most non-as cool part. So with Housing Plus, you get access to this skull pack, the Pet Skins pack, as well as on page 2, the Minion Skins pack. The Pet Skins pack has a total of 3 pages, and it includes, I'm pretty sure, just most stuff from Skyblock. A lot of stuff I actually use in my houses, and it's definitely very useful, I won't lie. There's nothing wrong with having more skull packs. Because of how many there are and genuinely how cool they are useful. And then for the Minion Skins, it's just Minion Skins. There's 2 pages, and I think pretty much all the Minion Skins that are on Skyblock converted to Housing. It does say that they will update this over time, and as of right now, there hasn't been any updates to this. I'm sure in the future there will be some, but just for this moment, there is none. Next, we have the Housing Plus player prefix. This is very simple. If I were to talk in chat, it has that little gold, bold, plus prefix in the beginning. But if you have Housing Plus, then on any housing-related server, so any house or housing lobby, you will have the plus. If you do such settings and go to your personal housing settings, you can also toggle this setting. Here it is. And last but not least, we have the Egg Hunt item. The history of the Egg Hunt item was it was available quite a bit ago now, I think. I don't remember exactly how you got it, but it was available a long time ago, and then you couldn't be able to get it at all But now with Housing Plus, you can get it again. If you have Housing Plus, you can go to the housing menu, go to items, and where is it? Here it is, the egg hunt block. So once you place it down, it'll create a bunch of different just randomized heads or preset heads by hypixel. They all have egg-related textures, and they don't look bad. They look pretty nice. They have little particles that come off of them based on the texture of the egg. So this has pink particles, this has like yellowish green particles. When you right-click, they have a little explosion, and the goal is to right-click all of the eggs. And once you right-click all the eggs, it plays the sound and broadcasts in chat how quickly you beat it. Unfortunately, there's no placeholders or events to go with this, so it is mostly just for fun, but it's always cool to have. And you can just break them to get rid of them. Quickly just checked, and you can only have a maximum of 25 eggs. And that message reminded me, but if you do search game rule, there's a bunch of game rules here, but more specifically, there's one. But there is actually one for egg hunt allow flying, which if you click on, which I think actually might be new, I didn't know you can click on them, toggles the egg hunt so you can be using the, or doing the egg hunt while flying. That's the only really housing feature with them though. And that's mostly it. In my personal opinion, Housing Plus is absolutely worth it if you plan on creating houses. It is a one-time purchase, so you have this for the rest of the time you're on Hypixel, which is really, really nice. I'm so happy it's a one-time purchase and not a subscription. You can either purchase it directly on the website or go to the Hypixel store NPC, go to housing, and here it is right, oh, nope, and here it is right here. Small side note regarding the massive plot size. If I were to select one corner of the, if I were to select one corner of the plot and fly all the way over to the opposite side and select a point, if we were to do a world edit action like set stone, it wouldn't work because of how big the area is. Small downside with Housing Plus is you can't actually world edit or Pro Tool the entire plot. But it is semi-understandable. It is a very big plot. You'll just need to do it in smaller sections. But yeah, I'm going to stop yapping. Hopefully this helped you decide if you wanted Housing Plus or not. Very, very simple video. But I have had a few people ask if Housing Plus is worth it, so having a link to a video all about it would be nice. On screen right now is reviews from both housing creators as well as just general players, talking about Housing Plus on whether they have it or not, and if they like it. But yeah, that's going to end this video here. I appreciate you for watching. I do apologize for the lower quality video. This was a super busy week for me. And like I said 1,000 times now, once summer again starts up for me, I'll be going crazy with the content, streams, houses, and all that. But yeah, once again, I appreciate you for watching. I appreciate you for also being patient. I really love this community. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next one.